Hello and welcome back. So the last film we were talking about, the seed within yourself and the 3 ways that you can uncover what's within yourself. The seed within is your gut instinct, the heart connection you have with your loved ones still, and the third eye, which is your dreams, visions, this second film is all about stopping the monkey brain, essentially, the fear. You'll find as you progress, you won't initially trust what Hannah's saying. The seed within, the connection with your loved one, and your connection with spirit and the universe, essentially. Because your fears and your thoughts will kick in. Your fears might revolve around everyday living. How can I possibly live without this person? I'm not strong enough. I don't have enough people around me. I'm so alone. I don't have the strength within me to cope with this. I don't know how to carry on. These are all untrue thoughts. They're all fear. They're not the truth at all. They come from your brain being conditioned. From not trusting yourself, from not having faith in yourself. Hannah learnt this lesson very early on. You have to stop the fearful thoughts. The easiest way to do that, and to realise how you've already coped and how you are coping and how you are putting one foot in front of the other and how you are dealing on a daily basis. The easiest way to be able to stop all these thoughts is to breathe, to stop the world, to live in the moment, to live in the now. What has happened, as we said in the previous film, has happened. If you can change anything about it, change it. If you can't change anything about it, the more you fight, the more you struggle, the more you deny, the more you try and change things that are unchangeable, the more the pain and the grief will continue. Hannah knows that very well. The first step is to stop the world, to breathe, to center yourself, to find balance within, to ground yourself. This might be through breathing exercises. This might be through meditation. This might be through yoga. This might be through walking. This might be through crafting. This might be through playing. Do what you love. This is a time for looking after yourself. Your loved one is there with you. You don't need to panic. You haven't lost them. You almost need to have this playing on a loop to keep your brain quiet. Living in the present means accepting the past. It also means not worrying about the future. It means taking one small step at a time. Putting one foot in front of the other. It means connecting with the earth. Later in the films, we will be connecting the seed, growing the seed, so that you gain your roots first, you gain your balance. But before that, you do really need to have a practice or a routine which brings you back to your center. The easiest way is breath. Breathe in for 4, hold it for a few seconds and then release. Just keep doing that. If you feel the need, close your eyes. Just bring yourself back to the present. Make contact with that seed within, that love and light which has been cracked open now. I wear a piece of thread, maroon thread, around my wrist, which acts as a reminder to me on a moment-to-moment basis that Christian is still with me, even when he's quiet. If they're quiet, it doesn't mean they're not around you. In their spirit form, they can be everywhere and anywhere. If you need them, they'll be there. If they need you, they'll be there. But you don't have an open communication all the time. They haven't disappeared. Don't worry. They're still around. It might be you buy a piece of jewellery, or you wear a piece of jewellery that means something to you, as a reminder that they're always there, they're always with you. Very often you will be shown something of theirs. It might even be something of theirs that somebody else has, which you find is returned to you. Keep those things close to you. It's a continual reminder that they're always with you. Don't fear what other people think of you. Hannah also learnt that one. You'll find your own way through grief. You know how to find your way through grief. Whatever feels right, trust that gut instinct. It might be you've come to these films when you've done all the fundraising you can. You've done all the creative activities that have kept your mind away from your grief. You'll be coming to these films when it's the right time for you to really sit with your grief and face your grief. But before you really tell your story, you need to find some balance. And you need to be able to find that balance quickly and effortlessly. It will take practice. All of this is building up trust and faith in yourself. If anything happens which scares you or unnerves you, there's a protection prayer you can say. You can say this if you're feeling particularly overwhelmed, if you're feeling scared of your loved one leaving you. Saying this prayer will bring all the light and love back. So this is a prayer. If you close your eyes, take some breaths. You can use the name of your loved one, or you can use the name of a God, a higher presence, whichever person or spirit feels comfortable for you and fits your beliefs. So for Hannah, she uses Durga, who is a Hindu goddess, a warrior, a protector. So I say, Durga before me, Durga behind me, Durga to the left of me, Durga to the right of me, Durga above me, Durga below me, Durga within me. Then I visualize brilliant white light of protection in a sphere all around me. So Durga, for me, with her sword, slices through the air at the compass points around me, each one marked with brilliant white light as a protection. And then Durga sits back within me, and that brilliant white light of protection glows within me and now all around me. You take some deep breaths. And you begin to see the seed again within you, with all the love and light. I see it as a bright golden light, warmth. Bring you back to what's within you, the strength within you, the love within you, the knowledge within you. And then slowly become aware of your surroundings again. And open your eyes. That's a really quick and easy way of stopping your brain from making you fearful. It's a way of centering yourself back. It's a way of reconnecting with your loved one. It's a way of reconnecting with yourself. The other thing that's important at this time is to nurture yourself, to look after yourself. I've done films in the past where spirit comes through really quite upset about how people they love are treating themselves in grief. They're not sleeping, they're not eating. They're worrying themselves sick. This isn't as they wish it to be. They want you to look after yourself. They want you to reach out to other people if you need help. I can feel a blanket being put over my shoulders. They want you to be kind to yourself. They want you to replenish yourself. Grief is made a lot worse by not looking after your basic needs. I'm just thinking a list of things that you can do, like have a bath. Even if you eat, I can see like a can of cold baked beans, just eating them out of a can. Whatever you can do. Respect yourself. Love yourself. You need to look after yourself and nurture yourself. And that comes directly from your loved one. There's no point in making yourself ill. Do the things you love, which we've already said before. Do the things that make your heart glad. You'll know what to do. Listen to that gut instinct. Where do you want to be? Who do you want to be with? What do you want to be doing? How do you want people to be treating you? Go to where you're drawn. Ask for help. Your loved ones are always there. Always ask them for help. They'll show you and help you as best they can. But the emphasis is really on you. To look after yourself. The other thing we want to tell you is that this is a good time to also see how far you've come. Keep a diary. the little steps you take, of the feelings you have. See how far you've come. See how your fear subsides as your love arises. It's true, there might be a mountain you have to climb, but do it in stages. Take one section at a time, one step at a time. This is not a sprint. Do something, then rest. Don't keep pushing yourself. That will make yourself ill too. If you feel the need to rest, rest. Your body knows. Trust your body. Swim, like be by water. Go to a body of water and see I'm being shown, I can't really describe this, but like when the wind blows across water, the ripples that it makes. I'm seeing the waves. I'm seeing nature. I'm seeing like eternity. The immensity of the universe. I'm seeing how you're not alone. You're part of humanity, and everybody has to deal with grief. You're not alone in dealing with grief, but you are all different in how you respond to grief, what your grief contains. The circumstances of your grief are all different. You all have to find your own way, but you know the way that's right for you. And don't ever doubt that. Don't listen to people who try and tell you how to deal with your grief. You can be stubborn about that. If you don't want to go to a party, you don't need to go to a party. If you want to be on your own, be on your own. If you want to be with certain people, be with certain people. People will come in and out of your life for a reason. You might only meet them for a few minutes. But if if you feel a connection with them and an energy exchange with them, they are giving you something you need. This is all about taking the time and space for yourself to learn how to find balance for yourself, to find a moment of peace, to anchor you back to your real pathway, your real way of dealing with grief. It will take practice and repetition of the breathing, of the protection prayer, of the ritual you use to bring yourself back. It might be you light a candle. It might be you have a yoga pose. It might be you have something you draw. It might even just be concentrating on the thread around your wrist. Whatever it is, you need to look after yourself. And your loved ones will be very glad. If you are in the middle of a inquest or fight or ongoing questions about a death, use these practices to find balance too. Some things you cannot change. You have to learn to deal with them. Breathe, and always remember the fearful thoughts are not true. That should be enough to keep you above the water. The next film will take a step further. Until then, lots of love.